We can do anything with data. Delight a customer? Change the way we work?
We just pinch and zoom.
Or change the world? But we can't do it alone. We need curious thinkers who are driven to solve challenges. We need trusted data to fuel our decision-making and intelligent analytics we can act on. And we need this for everyone. Yes, everyone. This is the future of analytics. Now everyone can be a data expert. Together as one data fam, we'll ride a new wave of AI-powered analytics towards a future that is ever-changing and constantly expanding. A future that is limitless, but within reach. And we'll reach it together.
Please welcome President and CEO Tableau, Ryan Ate.
Good morning, everyone. Hello. How are you all doing? Wow, what an audience we have here today. We have over 9,000 people here. Unbelievable. Welcome to San Diego and Tableau Conference. I'm thrilled to be here with you today and cannot wait to get this show started. We have an action-packed day for you. We have 3 days in total with over 200 sessions, over 130 hands-on training opportunities for you all. And of course, we have our Tableau Doctor sessions, which I know are very useful across the board for all of you. And then we also later today have our Iron Viz. Who's excited for Iron Viz? That is one of those opportunities. It's kind of like a game show, but it's for data and it's for visualization. It's super exciting. And so I hope to see you all there. It's at 4 o'clock today. Of course, we have a number of amazing customer stories, I think somewhere around 40 across the whole conference that you can go learn about and see how people are experiencing success with Tableau. And then, of course, I want to call out our sponsors. We have some great sponsors here today. We have AWS. We have Databricks, of course, on our Groundbreaker, our innovator side. And then on the Groundbreaker side, we also have Interworks and Wisdom. So super thrilled about that. Thank you, of course, for sponsoring us. And yes, round of applause. We also have Data Night Out. So we have a great celebration. This is ultimately a celebration about all of us together. We are all data people. We are all here to make an impact on the world with data. And so we have a celebration tonight, I believe at 6 p.m. with some fantastic entertainment. So now is the time that we like to talk a little bit and really thank you. And say thank you for being here. Thank you for being part of this conference. Thank you to our customers, our community members, our partners, and of course our employees that make all of this come together. It is not an easy thing to put this conference together, but we are so grateful that you are here, and we are extremely grateful for everything that you do for us across the board. Now, one of the ways I wanted to talk and start this keynote was really to talk about Tableau Public. And Tableau Public, I don't know who's here maybe heard of Tableau Public, but that's right. All right, good. So Tableau Public has over 9.5 million visualizations today. That's incredible. And it's one of these places, if you've never seen Tableau Public or witnessed it, you can go to tableaupublic.com and you can learn about a lot of different things. Pick your topic, type it in, and you learn so much about really so many things. It's free. You can create any visualization using any amount of data that you would like. And the reason I bring this up is because there are a lot of visualizations that have made an impact on me and, of course, millions of people. And so I wanted to start today by talking about a few of them. One of them, Chantilly, who's one of our Tableau visionaries, is here. Somewhere here, I hear a lot of noise. Somewhere she's here. Over there. Okay, hi, you're right in front of me. What I like about this visualization is actually, we're in this beautiful city of San Diego, and I kind of thought, hey, it's going to be, sunny every day because it's San Diego. It was sunny yesterday. It was sunny the day before. I think it's about to become sunny. And so I thought, well, hey, San Diego might be one of those top 5 cities in the United States that is sunny. But what I learned from this amazing visualization is that it's actually the 15th sunniest city. So pretty impactful, at least for me. And then, of course, as we go to another visualization I want to talk about from Tableau Social Ambassador Gurpreet Singh is all about, that's right, look at the love for data. It's all about ocean health. And who doesn't care about our oceans, right? We need to make sure that we're protecting our coastlines and making sure that we are thinking about how to keep them safe for future generations and keep them clean and all of this. And there's a lot of plastic particles and things that are in our oceans today. And I think what I want to call out is this obviously allows us to raise awareness around the fact that, I think it's 61% of plastic particles made up of bottles and wrappers, food wrappers, and of course grocery bags from the Asian and North American continents are things that make it into our oceans. We need to be more aware. And of course, data and analytics and Tableau Public help us raise awareness. Another one I wanted to call out from Agata, who's also a Tableau Public ambassador, really talks about childcare and the burden of the cost of childcare across the United States. Now, this was surprising to me because there's a threshold of 10% that the Department of Health and Human Services says if it's 10% or below, it's affordable. Well, unfortunately from this, I learned that in 2022, no county in the United States was considered affordable. And that's a bit scary. I think we're all focused on our little ones, and this is another great way to raise awareness. Now, a more curious and fun example might be as well from Ella here, our Tableau Public author. And what I like about this is it is a bit more fun, of course, but also it allows us to see, hey, by gender, maybe by age, you get to see certain things that happen, and your New Year's resolutions may change. I was also really glad not to see my New Year's resolutions on here, which is fantastic. We're not tracking those anymore. That's not available on Tableau Public. So why am I talking about Tableau Public? In addition to the fact that it is amazing, what I want to talk about really is how do you do more? We're seeing tremendous growth, and I think there's a great opportunity for you all to do more. And part of what we do here at Salesforce and at Tableau is we listen. We listen to our community, we listen to our customers, and I heard a lot that you want to do more. So we got together and we said, hey, what if we introduce local file saving for Tableau Public? Very good. So what is local file saving? Sounds complicated. It's not. It's really just like your own personal edition of Tableau. And what this means is you can now have almost a sandbox-like capability. Instead of just creating a visualization and instantly publishing it for everyone to see, well, now you can play with it. You can have a more sandbox-like environment. Of course, you could also, let's say, analyze private data. Maybe you want to analyze your budget data. Or maybe you want to analyze your healthcare data and you don't want anyone to see it. That's okay. So anyways, this is one of the opportunities, and it's really a great way for us to give back to our community and to our users because we care so much about you. So we talked a little bit about that. I also want to talk about our values because we are a values-led organization. At Salesforce and Tableau, we are together. And the thing I just showed you is a really great example of how we want to be able to give back to our community and our users and our customers. And our first value at Salesforce that we always talk about is trust. Now, has there ever really been a better time to focus on trust than now? Well, we've been focused on it for 25 years, and we will always be focused on trust as our number one value. Because, of course, we are in this new AI revolution, and trust is critical, right? We have to be focused on it. We are also focused on things like customer success. Because if you're successful, then we become successful. Additional to that, we need to be focused on innovating with new products. And we're going to talk a lot about new products today. And those products need to be equitable, they need to be sustainable, and they also need to make sure that you feel comfortable and safe using them. And I call this out because as we rapidly move into this new AI era and AI revolution, we need to communicate to you that at Salesforce and Tableau, your data is not our product, okay? That's a very important point. And along the way, thanks to all of you, together we've done really well. I've been with the company 18 years, and along the way I never thought I'd see a $38 billion revenue guidance figure. That's amazing. But we owe that to you, because you've helped us to get to that point, and of course, Tableau along the way joined Salesforce in 2019, and that has been part of this tremendous experience and growth. Again, we owe that to you. This type of growth and this type of success allows us to be focused on innovation, allows us to be focused on giving back to the community, and of course allows us to be one of the most ethical companies in the world. And that is important, especially in our current environment. Related to that, we also get to focus on this goal, really Mark Benioff's goal, and the thing he talks about a lot, which is that business is and can be the greatest platform for change. And it's not just about us. Many of you work for different companies. You may be in a startup. It doesn't matter. You can implement the 1-1-1 model at your company too. And that's really what we're focused on, which is 1% of our equity and time and our product goes back into the community and also into the companies that surround us, whether it's nonprofits, et cetera. Now, you may be wondering, okay, that's great, I've heard this, but how does it relate to Tableau? I want to know how it relates to Tableau specifically. Well, Tableau, the Tableau Foundation, became part of Salesforce. And as it relates to that, one of the things we're doing, there are many things, one of the things to call out here is our data skills pledge. We said we will get to 10 million data skills, closing that gap, skilling up people by the time we get to 2027. We are at 3.3 million currently. We were at roughly 2 million last year, and we will get to that by doing things like data for kids, by doing things like bringing more of a data curriculum into local academic institutions, and other things of that nature. Now, why are data skills so important? I'm sure many of you are like, well, duh, we're at the Tableau conference and I love data. Yes, you do, but data is also very important for everyone. And why? Because data is the foundation of AI. Without good data, you don't really have great AI. And I just said before that we are in an AI revolution, okay? What does that mean? We are all trying to be more productive. We are all trying to get more done. We are ultimately all trying to, let's say, reduce expenses, or maybe we're trying to have better outcomes or better customer relationships. These are all critical things that we are focused on. And as we go through this, it is important that I frame for you who and sort of where does Tableau fit into the larger Salesforce. At Salesforce, you may have heard this, we are a customer 360. We provide this for our customers. We are the #1 AI CRM company. What does that mean? It means that we help our customers, regardless of what size you are. Maybe you're 2 people in a company. Maybe you're 200,000. Or maybe you're a nonprofit or an educational institution. You all still need a single source of truth to understand what is happening in your business. And that is why I want to talk about this for a moment. Along this path, you also have to understand that there is a way to become enabled with AI. And what we like to say, and we believe deeply, is that you need to be focused on 5 key steps to become an AI enterprise. And you may not be on that journey yet, but our job is to guide you and help you as your trusted advisors. So what are the 5 steps? The 5 steps really come back to the following, which is 1, to become an AI enterprise, you need to build a customer 360. I just told you what that is. It's a single source of truth. You also need to be focused on harmonizing your data, and you can do that with our data cloud. We'll talk about that later today. Additional to that, we want you to be collaborating with tools like Slack and Slack AI. And as we go further, my favorite one, Tableau. We want to be able to help you deliver AI analytics. No surprise, right? You didn't expect to hear that from me. Now, the final thing we'll talk about on these steps is we want you to deploy trusted AI and our Copilot. And we'll talk about really steps 2 through 5 today as we go through some of our amazing demos. Okay, so you're like, he's told me all about Salesforce. That's interesting. Now I understand where Tableau fits. Let's talk about data and analytics. Who wants to talk about that? Okay. So this is kind of like if we look at the last 30 years, or maybe more, depending on who you talk to. I talk to a lot of people, and I feel like there's been a number of waves of analytics, right? I feel like the first wave we can call full service, then self-service, you may have heard that word before, and then personalization or consumerization. So let's spend a moment or two on these waves. The first wave is really all about kind of like in the past, where you had to say, okay, I need a report, I need a dashboard, I need an insight, I have to make a phone call, I have to walk down the hall, I have to send an email, and I send it to someone. That person maybe knows how to code, they have to do some things, access a data warehouse, they generate a report, and that report may be useful, but it may not be useful. It actually may be something that I have another question on, and I cannot click on it because it's static. So then I make a phone call, I walk down the hall again, I send an email, and that process, as you can imagine, becomes perhaps a little bit frustrating for the end user. And so what happened? Well, along came the second wave. And in the second wave, of course, was when the self-service analytics revolution started to happen. Users wanted to click. They wanted to ask questions of their data. They wanted to drag and drop. They wanted to do all these things that ultimately Tableau helped to lift and start this whole revolution. And they wanted to help everyone see and understand their data. And look, by the way, all of the success that we've had together with you. Look at all this success over the past 20 years. If I look at this slide, I'd love this to look back to 2006. I see Tableau.com. I see Pat, Chris, Christian, our founders of Tableau. Some of you may know them from the past. One of the things they talked about a lot was that data and analytics is a creative process, and all of you are creators, and that's exciting. And look, we are continuing that motion. 20 plus years later, as part of Salesforce, that is what we are all here to do. And as I go through this process now, we are focused on delivering, of course, the future of Tableau, and that's what we're going to talk about today. The future of Tableau, how do we go beyond Wave 2, and how are you on this journey with us? Because we need you on this journey. And what's a better example of this is really when I call out our data fam. Our data fam truly is at the heart of every single thing we do. If we do something and we don't check and we don't get feedback, like this conference, you built this conference for us. We ask you how to do it and you tell us. We don't get it always perfect, but we try. So when I say data fam is at the heart of everything we do, it's because we need to listen. And you are a big part of who Tableau is and has become and will be in the future. And so when I look at that, one way to validate what I'm saying is let's look at the Tableau public growth numbers. Well, we have 4 million public profiles, 32% year over year on growth. Visualizations, 9.5 million. That's 30% growth. And our user groups. Do we have any user group members out here? I'm pretty sure we do. Speaks for themselves. And look, many great user groups to call out. I can't get them all listed. Data Plus Women, Data Pride, many other great ones. All right? I'm wearing a pin that says Data Plus Tacos, right? That's pretty great. So look, we have a lot to be thankful for at Salesforce and Tableau, and we owe a lot to our community. And this is a celebration. This isn't your usual conference. This is an opportunity for all of us to come together, to celebrate, to learn, to get inspired, to be together. And that's why I want to celebrate, starting with our visionaries. So if you're a visionary, I'd love you to stand up and be recognized, please. Please stand up. Look at all these great visionaries. And by the way, don't sit down. Stay standing. All right, thank you for everything you do. And how about our ambassadors? Stay standing, by the way. Our ambassadors, please stand up. And I guess you're all right in this section, so that's great. Now, these are the people that you need to talk to, okay? Now let's get our user group leaders. I know there's some overlap here. Our user group leaders also, please stand up. They should be. Look at all these amazing people. Now, I appreciate that you're standing, and I appreciate all that you do, but I also want to call out, stay standing. Did I say stay standing? I think I did. So, how about our first-time Tableau users or first-time Tableau conference folks or rookies? Call it rookies, call it future generation. If this is your first Tableau conference, please stand up. All right. So, your one job at this conference is to meet these people. Come together. And that is because this is how you are the future generation of the data fam, and these are your experts. Okay, so thank you very much. You can all have a seat now that you've gotten the energy going. Okay, now we're going to go back to the waves. Because you know you want to go back to the waves. You're in San Diego. We have to go back to waves. Everything goes to the wave. So wave 2, there were some side effects in wave 2. And what were those side effects? Well, we started to think about and hear about that people wanted data on their phone. They wanted data, of course, embedded in certain places, and they wanted to leverage AI. Well, welcome wave 3. Has anyone heard of AI? I'm pretty sure we've talked about AI a little bit. Okay? Predictive AI, generative AI, and that's really what we've been focused on. And Tableau has been delivering on these innovations for years, right? We started back in 2003 with mobile and cloud and embedded, and of course with more deep integration to Data Cloud where you can look at structured and unstructured data with Tableau. That's very unique to what we do at Tableau and Salesforce. Going on from there, we focus on Tableau Pulse, and of course our Einstein 1 and Einstein Copilot for Tableau. You're going to see a ton of that here today and this week. And so this is really the future and a lot of what we want to talk about for wave 3. But I think it's important to emphasize the following point, which is that we at Tableau are focused on delivering the future for everyone. Okay, so when you go back and you say, well, the mission is see and understand data for everyone, we want to do that. And we truly want to be building products for our beloved analysts, which many of you are here in the room, but also for users, maybe more like someone like myself, or someone whose job is not to be only involved in data, but to use data to do their job. So the future of where we're headed is all about data and AI analytics for everyone. And that is really what we want to be talking to you about today. And I am very excited and also really eager, to be honest with you, to show you what we've been doing. And we're going to start with a little bit about sort of the current innovations. And we're going to go through a section of that now. But then after that, we're going to talk a little bit about what I'll call the future of Tableau. The future. Okay? It's going to be great, I promise. And you're all on this journey with us. We're showing you here because we want to get your input. And after that, we have something I think you've heard of called Devs on Stage. Anyone heard of that? Okay. All right. It's very exciting. So with that, I'm going to turn it over to our amazing CMO, Elizabeth Maxim.
Thank you. Thank you, Ryan. Look at all these data people. Our data people are here in San Diego. I could not be more excited. And what I want to do today is dive a little bit deeper into wave 3. So first, let's talk about this AI revolution. There is a huge demand in AI. Think about tools like ChatGPT that we all have been using for the last year and a half. I use ChatGPT every day, whether it's helping me generate my workouts to the gym or taking whatever ingredients I have left over in my fridge to come up with a recipe to feed my 3 kids. Now, as we start to adopt this type of technology in our personal life, we then expect it in our work life. We surveyed over 10,000 IT leaders, and 81% of them feel that urgency to implement AI across their entire organization. But there's a snag. 59% of those leaders also admit to lacking a data strategy. You have to have a data strategy in order to be successful with AI. But it is more than having a data strategy. You also need to have a data culture. Now, a data culture is more than just having data as a buzzword. This is where you're fostering an environment from the bottoms up and the tops down, where everyone across the organization, they understand the value of data. They know how to interpret it, and then they take action on it. No one knows that better than all of you. You are all the ones that are driving incredible data cultures across your entire company. So much so, I'd love to hear from one of you today. Please join me, Kane Johnson, Director of Data and Analytics from Arvis Bank. Dane, so good to see you.
Yeah.
We spent some time together at Dreamforce last year, and I'm so inspired by all the work that you and your team are driving at Arvis Bank. How have you been putting that together with the data culture?
Yeah, thanks. Looking back and just thinking about how we got started, I think we were really fortunate in that we started with a lot of people who really did want to use the data. The problem was that there was just a lot of it. There's a ton of data. It all needed to be viewed in the exact same place at the same time, and also when they needed it. It also had to be accurate. And so, we really wanted, and our goal was really to provide that data and those insights in the most accessible way as we could, in the most effective way possible. So that's really where we got started on this journey with Tableau. But we knew that if we needed to build this data culture, we wanted to move away from this traditional way that we were originally looking at these insights, and then moving forward. And so what we did was we actually knew we needed one big win. And so in that win, we actually identified one of our reports that we had out there that was extremely valuable, extremely used, but it was also tremendously manual to put together. And we went back and looked at the calculations. There were 113 different calculations that needed to be updated in this report every single month.
That's insane.
Yeah, and for us, it was also 113 different ways it could go wrong every single month.
Of course.
And so from there, we knew that was going to be our big win, and we knew that was going to be where we could really show our value and how the direction we wanted to go and how we wanted to go with data. But we knew we couldn't just turn this one off and then turn on another one. So we knew we actually gathered several different users of this report across the bank and gathered up a work group, and with their insights and what the feedback that they had provided, we identified all the different KPIs that we knew we couldn't live without as we move forward into this new world. And with their feedback, and as we developed it, we kept them along with us the whole way. We also, when we started showcasing the report, we looked at how to build that really strong feedback loop. And really part of that was really to incorporate things in the dashboard, like customized buttons that whenever they would click on the button, it would generate an auto draft email that was directed to us, where they could just fill out the feedback, send it on to us. We had hovers throughout the report that would kind of walk them through some of the visuals. We also suggested, when you're in the report and you're looking at it, be sure to put those comments in there, tag us. We get that email as soon as you tag us, and while it's fresh on your mind, we can address it. And then, moving forward, we wanted to make sure that, it wasn't just, we wanted to make sure, we said this, we said, ask for the moon. Whenever you're giving us the feedback, ask for the moon. We also said we couldn't necessarily promise the moon, but we didn't want anyone leaving anything on the table that could potentially be valuable. And just to kind of give an example, one of the things that we actually got as feedback was someone had actually suggested just to add branch names to the report. And, it kind of surprised us that we hadn't thought about this before, because we had always referenced these branches as their number, and we never really stopped to think that, nobody else in the bank did that. Everyone else used the names. And so that one little piece of feedback that honestly was a 5-minute update in Tableau really did open up the accessibility for the report and really got everyone on board with, we're all speaking the same language, we're all looking at the data the same way. And then that was how we were able to really provide the value in that initial use case. But beyond that, we knew that it had to be at scale. So we actually had another team at the bank that put together an RVS user group that we gathered up all the different Tableau users in the bank, and we would talk through problems, challenges, insights. And we also would periodically bring in leaders of the bank, and then they would actually pull up their screen and they'd walk through how they were using our report. And that was fascinating from both the standpoint of understanding what they found to be valuable and also what they didn't use at all. Mm-hmm. And so really going forward and looking ahead, I think we're really excited, and I hope I can speak for my team in saying, these advances in AI are really going to help us, shorten that distance between the question and the answer. And going forward, I'm really looking forward to what happens next. So we're excited.
I mean, it sounds like you've made this easy across your entire company, and the use of going local and using your Tableau user group to get advice along the way, that's amazing. Who all wants to learn from Kane? Yeah. Another person you need to meet. Thank you so much, Kane.
Thanks, you next.
So let's talk about the innovation that Tableau is delivering in this AI revolution. We are making trusted insights accessible to everyone. Now you might be asking yourself, how do I know I can trust this? How do I know that I can trust AI to be compliant and ethical? Well, the good news is this is actually a really great place that Salesforce has helped us scale. And that's because our technology is built on Salesforce's Einstein Trust Layer. This is your most trusted enterprise gateway to generative AI models. And the best part about it is that your data stays your data. We are not going to store that in any of our learning language models. It will not be held in third-party models either. So hopefully that sets you a little bit at ease. So let's talk about these two great products, Tableau Pulse and Einstein Copilot for Tableau. First, Tableau Pulse. This is a reimagined experience that provides intelligent, contextual, and personalized insights. But you've also saying, Emacs, I've heard this before. You announced this at Tableau Conference last year. But now we have so many more new enhancements. In fact, we have over 3,000 customers running on Pulse across 7,000 different sites. And we have a lot of things that we are announcing here, like Ask Q&A, even having goals, and you're going to see that in a demo here shortly. But it's more than that. We also have Einstein Copilot for Tableau. Now again, you're probably saying to yourself, Emacs, another Copilot? Everybody has a Copilot. What makes this different? Well, I want to take it back to trust. You heard Ryan say, trust is our #1 value, and we take that seriously. And part of having that trust is being transparent. So what makes our Copilot different is we are going to tell you what it will do for you and what it won't. For example, Einstein Copilot for Tableau can kickstart raw data analysis and help ask questions for you to build a visualization. But it's not going to help you with really complex, deep exploration tasks. And even more so, it is not going to replace the skills or the expertise of everyone in this room. It's not going to replace all those skills to build those incredible, beautiful vizzes that you see on Tableau Public. And this is still in beta, which means we want your feedback. So sign up, because the more we hear from you and we continue to have that deep listening, the more that the tool will work for you. Now, I know some of you you're still on wave 2 maybe. Maybe you're just starting to have this AI conversation, and that is okay too, because we are true to Tableau, which means we are continuing to invest across the entire platform. We have so many different features on cloud, desktop, and server. For example, shared dimensions. We also have composable data sources. Did you know that was actually a top 3 idea that came from the community? Again, we're listening to you of what you want, and we're delivering it in our roadmap. And who loves Viz extensions? That is coming also on cloud, server, and desktop. We have delivered over 140 features across this last year, and we're going to continue to do so, investing in all areas of the business. Now, another way we can help you scale, if you are ready to move to the cloud, is with Hyperforce. I'm excited to announce today that Tableau Cloud is now running on Hyperforce. So what is Hyperforce? Again, another place where Salesforce allows us to scale. This gives you the data residency, security, agility, scalability, and the privacy that you need. And this is powered by AWS. And you can do this at global scale. We have 16 pods all around the world, and we're going to deploy in Germany and Singapore later this year. We're very excited about this. Now, if there's one thing I want you to take away, is that we are here to meet you where you are. Unlike other companies, Tableau is the most open, flexible, composable platform. Let me talk through what that means. Let's say you are a Salesforce customer. We have Data Cloud. Data Cloud helps you unlock your data and harmonize it from any source. It gives you the opportunity to create that single view of trusted data, query billions of records of hyperscale, and really leverage that deep integration. But if you're not on Data Cloud, that's okay too. I don't know if you saw yesterday, but we announced an expanded partnership with Databricks. This is your one-click access to Tableau Cloud right in your Databricks console. This is going to allow you to streamline that data exploration, and also has built-in write-back and scalability. I have one more announcement for you. We are also expanding a partnership with Microsoft. This is going to give you a place that you can work where you are. The way that you want to collaborate with Microsoft Teams, you will then have Tableau. You can also streamline data analysis here too, and unlock the value of your data with Microsoft Fabric OneLake. So pretty amazing things that we have for you. Now, all of this comes together to fuel your success. In fact, we have thousands of customers that are already successful on Tableau. Take the Texas Rangers. 92% of their employees are running on Tableau. They're the ones that are making data-driven decisions. Or John Lewis Partnership, who has 10,000 partners that are using Tableau. and F5 that is really showing that time to value and saving 15 hours of IT support every week. So with Tableau, we are your AI trusted advisor. You start with data, you move forward Tableau, and we are here with you every step of the way. Now, are you ready to see all this in action? Yeah. Okay, so please join me in welcoming to the stage our Director of Solutions Engineering, Esther.
Hello, Tableau Conference. I am so excited to share with you today how our current and future innovations are lowering the barrier to data exploration. This is a world where everyone can get curious about their data. So I'm going to show you today how you can uncover business insights and dig into data deeper and more efficiently than ever before. So with that, let's get started. Let's say you have an operations team here in the US, and they are crushing it with Tableau. Word of their success has flown across the waters to EMEA, where a marketing team wants to use Tableau to analyze their website traffic. Now, that's a new business unit. That's a new use case, so that means a new Tableau cloud site, right? And in the old world, that new site would be disconnected, siloed from this one. But not anymore. Today, your Tableau cloud sites are connected right here in the Tableau Cloud Manager. Thank you. This is a single centralized place for you to administrate your sites, licenses, and users. The Tableau Cloud Manager unlocks sharing licenses between multiple sites in different roles and permission structures, all tailored to your needs. So let's go ahead and create that new site. We'll give it a pretty original name, EMEA Marketing. And we can't forget about GDPR compliance. That data needs to stay in the EU, so we'll put it on our Germany Hyperforce pod. We want to make sure that Dakota can get up and running without IT and help. And that site is live. This marketing team can connect to data like Snowflake, Databricks, Salesforce Data Cloud, and CRM. Now, they have fresh data and plenty of questions, but where to start? Well, let's ask our new AI conversational assistant. Everyone, say hello to Einstein Copilot for Tableau. Right off the bat, Einstein is looking to be as helpful as possible, suggesting questions to help me get started, like, what are the total page views per day? And with a single click, I've got a view that I can iterate and experiment on to find trends in our data. So we see that we have a tight correlation between page views and subscribers. But I also want to make sure that this is as relevant as possible. So I wonder if Einstein can help me out with a filter. And just like that, we've got one in view. Now, if you know me, I've got always one more question. And I'm wondering if I can find the average daily subscribers per country. That's not quite in our data, so I want to see if Einstein can help us out. Let's see, can you help me write a calculation to show that average? And Einstein takes a look at my data, and I'm kind of excited. Einstein's seen that there's some aggregation that we needed to address and found some syntax that I had no idea was there. So definitely saving that calculation. And I want to see it a little bit more visually, so let's see if we can put it on a map. And just like that, Einstein saved me some time. And with that actual time, I'm going to go create some more metrics and also some more visualizations to contextualize this website. Dashboards are awesome, but I am thinking to myself, I need to push beyond the dashboard. I need to get data in the flow of work. I need to bring it closer to where people are talking about their data, so in their email, in their Slack, or even on their mobile phone. Enter Tableau Pulse. Now, it used to be that Tableau Pulse and this dashboard didn't talk to each other. But today, I can capitalize on work that I've already done right here. And I can create a Tableau Pulse metric straight from here. I'll continue the trend of being very original and naming it page views. And because we're looking at volatility, we want to make sure we see it in the spark line. And for filterability, I want to give my users an ability to look at their own page. Great. That metric is now live and ready to be followed in Tableau Pulse. So no matter where I am, if I'm on the go, I can open Tableau mobile app and I'm greeted with metrics that matter to me. The AI generative summary is telling me that weekly page views are on the upward swing. And that's interesting. And I really, I think that's awesome. But what I'm noticing is subscribers isn't tracking along. And it's normally pretty tightly correlated, so it's worth a drill down. I want to see our specific pages. And right away, sustainability catches my eye. This is normally a low visibility, low traffic page, so what's going on? Tableau Pulse gives me some questions to get started, but I have my own. What is the source of these page views? And Tableau Pulse is intelligent enough to interpret that these page views means very high weekly page views. And I'm looking at our top 3 sources. 2 of them are environmental news sources. And they've recently written articles in the past week about net zero companies. And they've linked our sustainability page, which is amazing. That explains the website traffic. But what it doesn't explain is why subscribers isn't tracking along. So I need to get a little bit more curious about my data. I need to analyze the website traffic flow. And you know what I think about personally when I have to visualize flow? That's right, Sankey charts. So who's ready to put on their trigonometry hats and write some path calculations? Well, not me either. It's a little early. So this is where we use the Sankey Viz extensions. Viz extensions are the new way to create strikingly beautiful, complex visualizations with just a few clicks. So let's do this pretty quickly. I want to know who's entered the website. I want to know where they go next. And of course, I want to know the outcome of their visit. We also need to see the flow and the volume of folks entering our website, and this seems to clear it up. On the sustainability page, a lot of folks are clicking in or reading the material and then doing nothing. But when we have subscribers, we see the highest conversion rate coming from our blog pages. So we need to find a way to push the traffic over to our blog. I don't know how to do that, but I know who does, our website team, so I'll shoot them a quick update. Let's see if we can find a solution to try out. And it looks like they're on it. They always are. And it looks like we're going to put a banner at the top of our sustainability page to push people over to our blog. And so I'm sitting back, I'm sipping my coffee, I'm like, that's a good, I'm feeling very accomplished. I've onboarded a new team to Tableau. I've uncovered a way to streamline the business, and we're devising an action plan in real time based on our data. And best yet, we have a subscribers metric that keeps everybody aligned to the measures of our success. And it looks like someone's just shared an update. It looks like our fix is working, and subscribers is moving upwards. That's a job well done, and go team. So, data fam, you have just seen how Tableau is devising and driving a data culture for everyone. Let's see how a customer is using Tableau in their day-to-day. Over to you, Ryan.
All right. Way to go, Esther and Emacs. Thank you so much for showing us that. And I really wanted to spend the next couple of minutes to bring up the amazing Walid Mahana. Please join us. Great to see you.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks for being here, all the way from Germany. So you are the SVP and Chief Data and AI Officer, correct, at KGaA, Darmstadt, Germany. I did my best to say that right.
You nailed it.
All right. Well, it's really good to have you here. And I know we've spent some time together, both here, of course, and in Germany. And what I wanted to really understand a little bit, we've talked about the various waves of data and analytics, But also, we've talked a lot about just our space in general, and maybe you could just orient the audience a bit on sort of what are the things that you're going through with your data and AI strategy currently?
Happy to do so. So Merck KJA Darmstadt, Germany, also known as EMD in the US, is a global science and technology company. We work across healthcare, life sciences, and electronics. And we are a federated organization. Also, our data and AI strategy is very much federated. And our strategy is to be as close as possible to our patients, to our customers, to our partners on the ground. And that means that everything we do needs to be efficient, it needs to be scalable, and it needs to be very close to the customer. And that's exactly why we are partnering also with Tableau.
Very good. Well, you're doing a great job so far from what I can tell, and I love that you're leaning into the strategy and leaning into Wave 3. You know, one thing that also maybe the audience would benefit from is, you know, every person I speak to seems to be at a different stage, right? Some are still in Wave 2. They're kind of trying to figure out how to leverage AI in their business. Do you have any advice around sort of, you know, migrating or moving through these waves that may be useful for the audience?
Sure. So first of all, nothing's black and white. It's a lot of shades of gray, and not every organization or not any organization can be fully in Wave 3 or 1 or 2. You will always have pockets of excellence that are further along than the others. So actually, you look for the champions, you look for the early adopters, you look for the ones who are hungry for data, hungry for insights. Those are your best allies to get started, and then you take it from there, and you get people excited about it, and you start to grow the family.
So it sounds to me like you actually kind of said find the community members within inside of the company.
Always.
It's pretty awesome. We
Yeah.
have a lot of those people here. I heard that you're using Pulse, which is pretty awesome too.
We do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for that. We're very grateful. Do you think you'd be willing to show the audience maybe what you're doing with Pulse? Because I know we demo a lot of stuff, but it'd be more interesting if you showed us.
Sure. I mean, it looks similar, but happy to do it in live.
All right.
In real time.
Phone. Okay.
Yep. Good. So this is my personal iPhone.
Okay.
That's my today's Pulse. It's not real data, but as
it's
you
on the
can
screen.
see, it looks like the demos, but that's the things that we have. So this is now the real time. And as you can see, we have the overview, we have the KPIs. And what I'm personally excited about also as an executive is the paradigm shift. So why is Pulse great for us? Because it is, first of all, it's focused, it is actionable, and it's timely proactive. So dashboards are great. Dashboards are great for an overview. They are great as a control center. But in the daily business, executives are busy, and what they want is, what do I do? What needs my attention now? What do I need to do next? What do I need to look for? And that's exactly what Pulse is. So you have the breakdown, you can look at things, you have the ask function that we've seen also in the other demo, and that's what really makes a difference. And we also use it, for example, to look into our own applications as a data analytics. So I always tell my team, they don't like dog food, but I tell them nevertheless, we have to drink our own champagne, call it whatever you want. But if we aren't data-driven, we cannot authentically tell the organization to become data-driven. This is why I want every launch, every app, every data that we can get from our own data managed exactly like the same. And when we look at things, so for example, the daily messages, this is my GPT, our chat GPT clone that we have internally, you see that the messages are going down. So that was a concern for me, to be honest. But the good news is daily usage is going up, which means the team is doing a good job to streamlining the back end and the messages. So everything is green. Wow. But I had to ask a few people why messages are going down. Everybody told me that's good. I said, okay, then I'm good again.
Sounds like you have a pulse on your business then, so that's good.
We have to.
Yeah, I mean, it's such an easy one. Well, number one, you did a great job demoing, and I think maybe next time we're going to get you up on stage to do this.
Happy to.
We're extremely grateful for what you're doing, and I think in general, you might get attacked over after the conference or after the show, because everyone wants to see how you're using Pulse. But I think you're really showing us a great example. And I really do think it is an opportunity for people to change the paradigm. You still need the analysts, you still need all the data behind the scenes, but it allows you to bring that and really empower and touch everyone with data and insights. So really great job, and very grateful that you're here. Thank you so much.
Happy to be here. Thank you.
Yeah, all right. Thanks. Thank you. Well, that was great. And Waleed, again, thank you so much. Pulse really excites me because it really is like having AI in the palm of your hand, and it's trusted AI. And I think having that Pulse on your business, whatever it is, the business that you're in, you can have it at your fingertips. And it really is a way to extend what we're doing. So that's a lot of what we've talked about, wave 1, 2, 3. What I want to do now is shift. As I said before, you're all here with us, you're all data people, and we want to take you on a journey. We want to take you on the next journey, which is the future of Tableau. And this is something that we want to bring to you. We want to get your feedback. But to do this, we have to look and listen. I've learned along the way that listening and deep listening is a really important part of my job. And so we've been really trying to understand, well, what is the common theme that we hear from customers, community members, analysts, executives? We kind of continue to hear and come back to this point that I hear specifically that your jobs are too difficult. They're too hard. It is still too hard to get the right data and the right insights and make decisions. It's actually surprising considering what I talked about, 30 years of data and analytics. So we're trying to unpack this. And we've really nailed down like 4 key things that we want to talk about today, and we're going to go into detail on. The first one, of course, is that the data landscape is extremely large and fragmented. I don't have to tell you this, you all know this. There's trapped data. There's data living in different places. The data could be on-premise, it could be in the cloud, it could be, it really doesn't matter. It could be in many different applications, as we see from the survey results, and this is a problem. The second challenge is really around the fact that not all users trust the data. Now, some of you may feel confident that your data and your visualizations are great, but not everyone in the company trusts it. And we know that from some of the statistics we see that large majority of folks say there's a need for higher trustworthiness in data. The third challenge is that a lot of these insights, even if you trust them, they're not in the work you're doing. They're missed, they're overlooked, they're ignored. That's not great either, because then you know you're making potentially the wrong decision. You're guessing. We don't want you to guess. We want you to be data-driven. And the one that I really think is a big opportunity for us all, and I hope you're excited by as we talk about it and unpack it today, is really that there's no way to reuse all this great work you do every day. There's no way to monetize what you do. There's no way to share it with your fellow community members and your fellow colleagues at your office or at your job. We want you to be able to reuse your work. Not just the visualizations, but all your work. So that is really what we're going to talk about. And I'm extremely excited to go into this next chapter, or next wave, which I call the 4th wave of analytics. And now you're going, whoa, hold on. You said there were 3 waves, and now there's a 4th wave. I hope I'm a good surfer. I'm not a good surfer. But the 4th wave, it's important, right? Regardless of where you are in your journey, maybe in wave 2, wave 3, et cetera, as Elizabeth talked about, we still need to focus on the future. We are all in an AI revolution, and we need to be focused on the fact that we need to think about where we're going so we can better get there and chart that course together. So this is the next generation of Tableau, and I'm going to go to the next step now and bring up our amazing Chief Product Officer, Souther Jones, who has a really great shirt on, by the way.
Nice shirt. Thank you, Ryan. Hello, TC. I am fired up to be here. This is my first time standing in front of everyone here at TC. This is kind of like a moment of my career, 20 years in BI, and I get to finally be part at the center of TC. So thank you all, and I hope you all enjoyed the innovations you saw from Esther and Emacs, all part of Wave 3. I'm going to talk to you about Wave 4. In fact, we're going to do something a little different, a little bold. We're going to paint a picture for you for the future of Tableau. I'm going to show you a completely different user experience, a whole set of new capabilities, and some concepts that are going to stretch your mind. Why am I doing that? Because we want your feedback. As Ryan said, we want to hear what you think about this. You are our light post. You are our guides. And on our way to the 4th wave, we want to know what you think about it. We do believe this vision can help make your job easier. That's what we're trying to do. So we want to understand if we're able to do that and solve all the challenges that Ryan just laid out. And those challenges start with data. Data is fragmented, as Ryan mentioned. It's trapped in lots of different places. And our users, our customers, they want it faster and faster. They want to see it in basically real time. We have a vision to solve that. We call it real-time cloud scale data. And you're saying, what is that? Nice marketing term, Southard. What is that? Well, I know someone who can explain it well to you. Please join me in welcoming Padmasree Kennedy to the stage. Padmasree, come on up.
Thank you, Southard. Hello, TC. I have the best job ever. I get to work with some of the finest product managers and developers who are building all the amazing innovations that you're about to see at this conference. We just can't wait to share all that with you. So, what is real-time cloud scale data? Imagine this. I am a marketing analyst at an endangered species nonprofit, which is trying to digitally engage people around the world to get them to donate to our cause. I have 130 billion records of digital impression data, videos, email correspondences, photos, social media threads, digital ads. I'm supposed to make sense of all of this structured and unstructured data, build relationships, and get to insights. And oh, by the way, remember, this data is growing every single day. The world of an analyst is really messy, right? In the future, I will have a modern data lakehouse platform where all this data is nicely organized in one single place. All my videos, all my campaign information, all of it is in a centralized Tableau workspace. I'm able to make sense of all of this. I'm also able to get to the best reliable performance, larger and more diverse data sets, faster queries, all of it. Now, with all of this data in a single place ready to go, I'm now ready to start modeling. My modeling interface in Tableau is augmented with generative AI, which helps me with challenging tasks like defining relationships and creating metrics. With just a few clicks, I'm able to accept these suggestions and create metric definitions for, in my case, engagement, click-through rates, donations, and other things that help me measure my campaign performance. In this experience now, back in the workspace, I'm able to see all of those created metrics. I'm also able to see a suggested visualization for how I should think about my campaign performance. Let's take a closer look and see how things are going. Here, in my Tableau exploration interface, again, a reimagined one, I'm able to see all that real-time data. I'm also able to see some suggestions from generative AI saying which are the kinds of ads that are actually having the right performance. It's those sunny, happy faces of my favorite wildlife. Those are the ones that are actually doing really well. Oof, look at those. I could keep looking at these pictures all day long. But look, on the left-hand side, I have real-time campaign performance. My team has never seen anything like this before. They're just absolutely going to love it. So in this future with Tableau, you will be able to process billions and billions of records of structured and unstructured data, use generative AI to create semantics, understand, read, and interpret this data, and get to real-time insights that will help you drive your mission or your business forward. That's how Tableau is going to deliver real-time cloud-scale data.
Awesome. That looks great.
Woo! And like Ryan mentioned, Southard, trust in data continues to be a challenge around the world,
yes.
Right? We've got, people, when I show a dashboard to someone, they say, where did this come from? How do I know it's right? Yeah. And how often is it in organizations, you all have multiple versions of the exact same metric? Happens a lot, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Trusted, sacrosanct, governed data sets are hard for analysts to come by. And even when they do really good work, that work stays in their same old silo, right? And this can be time-consuming, this can be frustrating, this can be very expensive for an organization. It's also a shame because a lot of that data can actually be trusted. What are we going to do about that?
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. As I mentioned before, 20 years in this industry, and feel like we're always in this constant trade-off between delivering the perfect governed data set that a corporation demands versus giving the agility and freedom that we all love to create metrics and work with data, just like that. Well, we have an idea on how to solve this problem and get the best of both worlds. We call it agile semantics for trusted insights. Again, nice term. Let's just jump in and show you what that looks like. So imagine this. I am a customer service analyst. I get this nice, big, gigantic CSV file. It's post-call survey data. I want to analyze that to understand how well we're servicing our customers. So let's jump into Tableau. And in the future here, I can imagine a beautiful workflow that takes me down the path of going from that raw data to trusted data. So the first thing I need to do is probably cleanse it. So let's jump in. So in the past, I'd have to tell the system what to do to clean my data. Why doesn't the system tell me what I should be doing? That's what we'll do. We will look at the data and based on the data, recommend cleansing steps. Maybe that's removing duplicates, handling nulls, splitting columns. We can do all that for you, recommending what steps you need to take. So cleaning the data, that's great. We like clean data, that's nice. But here's a part that gets super cool. We can also do something else. We can suggest semantics. So no matter if your data is coming from a CSV file or a system like SAP, we can actually identify metrics, we can identify dimensions, we can identify hierarchies, and suggest them to you, greatly accelerating your path from that raw data to something that you can use in your organization. In this case, we've identified a satisfaction rating. It's giving me this nice metric. That's exactly what I want. But I want to analyze that metric against something that's somewhere else. Someone else has already built a regional hierarchy. And I want to analyze my satisfaction rating across the North American continent. So how would I do that? Well, imagine that we had a set of semantic models. One for sales, one for service, one for commerce. We could have that in the future, and I want to choose one of those models in which I want to analyze my new ad hoc metric by. So let's do that. So I could have you can see here in blue, my governed semantic model. This is the one that's been certified, that everyone in the organization trusts. And below, you see my ad hoc metrics, my satisfaction rating. What if I could just join the two of them and analyze them in Tableau? Well, that's exactly what we can do. Let's take a visualization, and boom. Now I'm looking at this beautiful visualization of my ad hoc metric with the certified regional hierarchy. We can see here, folks in the West, way to go to San Diego. We're doing really great. Woo! Northeast, where I'm from, we got some work to do. All right, so now I've shared this with my manager. We've discussed it. A manager trusts the data because they know exactly where the data came from. They see the lineage. They now want to share that metric, this one I created, with everyone. So we can all benefit from this insight. So how do I take this ad hoc metric I just created and make it part of a certified, governed model that everyone can look at? Well, through a workflow. Quick, simple approval workflow. I can promote that metric up to the governed one, make it part of my governed model, and voila, now I have customer satisfaction rating as part of my overall certified metric, and I can share that broadly across my organization. That's how we can deliver more trusted insights, yet still keep the agility and flexibility that we all demand as analysts. Trusted insights, thumbs up. Well, I think they're pretty cool. I think most people like trusted insights, but we still have one big problem that's been plaguing the BI industry for a long time, and that is I get an insight, but how do we actually turn it into an action? Right now, best case scenario, that's an offline activity, swivel chair applications, and maybe something happens. Worst case scenario, your insight dies on the vine. So please tell me we have a vision for figuring that one out too.
Absolutely, we do. This is actually my favorite part.
Good.
So let's take another picture. Imagine it. I am a service manager in the Northeast region of my company. It is Monday morning. With my cup of coffee, I'm in my favorite collaboration tool, Slack. I am looking at the weekly digest of business metrics for my team. Without missing a beat, I'm able to be on the right-hand side panel over here, take a look at my first time to close metric. With natural language, I'm able to see here that, what is that? My team has been crushing it this past week. That is the largest customer satisfaction rating I have seen for this whole year for my team. I think I should reward them. What do you think?
Yes, totally. Give them lots of money, lots of swag.
Let's do it. Okay, custom actions. I now launch a budget request to ask for some money to help my team get some swag, maybe throw them a party. I then kick off that budget request. My team, I'm just so proud of them. My manager receives this request in the HR application Workday. So over here, they're able to see all the details of my budget request. And look, they also have business metrics in the flow of their work. I hope they will approve it. Let's see what happens. This is just amazing. So they are now approving that. And so when my service manager logs in for the day, they're able to see that metric right there. They're able to see the notification to tell them to go collect some swag. So what we have done here is that we have brought together disparate tools. We brought together analytics, collaboration, workflows, natural language processing, all together, broken down those silos, right? We've been able to then generate insights and value for all kinds of people, business users, analysts, and get them to go seamlessly from workflows to actions, from insights to action. And that is what we're seeing here. In addition, something we've never seen before, a workflow tool fully integrated inside your BI platform. That's what we're looking at over there. So that's how we go from insights to action.
I like it. Super cool.
What do you think? And finally, like Ryan was mentioning, how do you actually create more reuse out of the work that you do around the world? There's so much that happens that we are able to only keep with ourselves or able to only affect a few types of change. Our community, of course, thanks to you all, we have had this rich legacy of taking what we have and sharing those visualizations out there into the world. What if, as a data professional, you were not only able to share your vizzes, but you're actually able to share composable components of the workflow in your data pipeline, creating more reuse and more collaboration? Are we going to be able to do that? Yes?
Yes, I heard someone say yes, we want to do that. Yeah, I felt that way. I can't tell you how many times I've gone through this process of getting my data, preparing from prep flows, creating some metrics, creating some vizzes, and then only finding out a few days later someone else did almost the exact same work. Some of us wasted time. I probably wasted time because they probably did it better, but oh, what a pain. Can we find some way of reducing that, enabling us to share all of our work? So imagine a situation where as I log into Tableau, I have a workspace. And in this case, I've pulled data from census, consumer confidence, and weather data. I've created some prep flows where I've combined that data. I've created a semantic model for my trusted source of data, and I've created a number of visualizations, and even some actions where I'm going to embed this in some other applications. This is a nice composable set of assets. I can pick any one of these layers and share them. But some of that area, the work I've done, I'm pretty confident, some, but not all. So I can pick and choose the different assets from those different layers and package them up. What do I mean package them up? Well, I can put a wrapper around that and therefore share it more broadly. When I put a wrapper around it, I give it a title, I can give it a description, I can tag it, I can even put a price tag on it. Maybe I'm starting my own business. Many of you are really good at this. We can share our assets. We can also maybe even sell them. Maybe I want to give it away for free. That's great too. That is now a wrapped up asset that I can give to someone else who can then take that and deploy it in their workspace. And we can share the work we've done, reuse a lot of that work. So how would everyone here in this audience get access to that? Well, through a marketplace. That's how. So imagine a marketplace now where each of us could have profiles, much like you have today, but I could share vizzes and other assets. I could share prep flows. I could share semantic models. I could share data sets. I could charge for them, or I can give them away for free. That's exactly where we're going. And it's great as part of public. But a lot of us have stuff that we use inside of our own companies, too. So what if I had a marketplace that I could just set up inside of my organization? And I could create assets inside of my org, maybe it's data sets that are specific to our organization, or semantic models or vizzes that are specific to us, and I wanted that to happen too. Hey, why not allow you to have a marketplace inside of your org too? A public marketplace for everyone, and then one within your org or your department as well. That is exactly what we're planning to do. What do you think? Should we work on this?
Absolutely, yeah. This community is like no other. I mean, across the entire world, 42 different countries, 55 speaking languages, you all have been instrumental in creating and fostering an analytics community, and quite frankly, helping the world make sense of data. I do think what you just showed here is going to have a deep and lasting impact on this future.
All right, we'll get to work on it.
Yeah, let's do it.
Actually, we already are working on it. All right, well, first off, our mission has always been to help people see and understand data. And as Ryan mentioned before, we're unwavering on that mission. We're also now helping you act on it. And that is part of what I just showed you. I hope you all enjoyed this vision. I hope it did stretch your mind. And we do want your feedback. We want you to tell you what you thought about this, what things you liked, what things you think we are missing. That is what we're here for. We're working on a lot of this right now, but the future is really bright. All of you are part of it. You're our guideposts, our lights. So we look forward to working with you more on where we're taking this. Back to you, Ryan.
All right. Great job. Let's give him a hand. Nice work. Thank you. All right. So you just saw what we wanted to talk to you today about, the fourth wave of analytics. And really, this is the next generation of Tableau. Now, you may be wondering, well, they just showed us some things, but how do I get my hands on this? If you truly want my feedback, if I'm sitting in the audience, you need to give me access to it. You need to let me play with it. And so the next opportunity to do that, or the first opportunity to do that, will be coming soon. And I think it's important that the one thing I said before, we want your feedback, we want to take you on this journey. The opportunity starts only a few months from now, and that will happen, of course, at Dreamforce. And so Dreamforce will be where we launch this product. You'll have access to it. You'll hear more about it. But we have some time between now and then. And as part of that, we are going to offer you, if you're here today, we're going to offer you a discount to come to Dreamforce. That'll be coming, I believe, by email. And so I hope you all have an opportunity to join us there to learn more about the future of Tableau. Okay. So next, one thing I think we're all waiting for is devs on stage. Who's ready? Devs on stage. All right. So we're going to bring up our amazing engineering team and show you some things that we've been building. And the best person to do that is Matthew Miller, who I think is going to pop out. There he is. Welcome, Matthew, our Senior Director of Product Management.
It is time. It is time for what might be my favorite part of Tableau Conference, and that is Devs on Stage. It is the part of the show where you get to meet the dreamers, the builders, the makers, the ones who bring you Tableau. Now, these are real developers. They're not executives or seasoned veterans of the keynote stage. You are their largest audience by an enormous margin. Yet, they have practiced, they've prepared, they've trained, they've rehearsed, and they are so excited to show you what we are building for you. Are you ready? Then I'd like to ask you to do something a little unusual. Would you stand to your feet with me and give a huge TC welcome to the 2024 Devs on Stage? Representing Tableau Prep, it's Sophia Gokul. Representing Tableau Public, it's Celine Murugi. Representing Tableau Pulse, it's Carolina de Mello Isuza. And representing Developer Platform, it's Tony Kao. Thank you so much. You may be seated. Sophia, take it away.
Hi, everyone, and what's up, TC? My name is Sophia, and I'm a dev on Tableau Prep, which fuels my love for connecting people to their data. I live in Seattle with my husband, Brandon, who's a pilot, so he connects people to other parts around the world. And here at Tableau, we use the product as much as you do, and it connects us all. We have an endless stream of data, dashboards, flows, data sources, which we all know can get a little turbulent at times. But what if you had a way to see and understand your Tableau? Well, introducing the Data Cockpit. A centralized view of all of the rich admin insights you've asked for to take control of your environment. Admins, your questions are answered. You can see who's contributed to your Tableau site, what data they've used, and if that data is certified. You can even see where that data came from. This is your flight deck to easily monitor and navigate all of your data across multiple sites and projects. Now this is governance at scale. This cockpit navigation thing is easier than I thought. Step aside, husband. We have 2 aviators in the family now. Well, speaking of flying, not only do I love data, but I love to travel. I'm even in a travel group with Tableau coworkers, so naturally, we're using Tableau to plan our upcoming trip. Everyone is so excited. They're all adding data to propose a location, but it's time to make a decision. We voted on our top 5 locations, and my next step is to narrow them down even further based on our desired trip activities like scuba diving, wine tasting, you name it. I want to find a location that best captures the things we want to do. And what better way than to base it off online reviews? So I went and gathered online activity reviews for these top destinations and pulled them into prep. But I might need some help to clean and transform this data. Wait, what is that? Is that an Einstein button in prep? Well, coming soon to a flow near you, Einstein Copilot for Prep. Hey, Einstein, rate these activities based on the tone of each review. Einstein generates a step-by-step breakdown so you can tackle this problem. Need to union multiple files? Easy. Duplicates in your data? One click and they're gone. How else can AI make data prep easier? Well, I want to make this decision based on the positivity of reviews. But how do I turn those reviews into something measurable? Wouldn't it be cool if prep could interpret the tone within raw text? Well, introducing the all-new sentiment analysis in prep. It summarizes the underlying emotion behind your data with the numeric score and label. I want to focus on the positive results, so let's filter on positive and sort the results. This positive review has a score of 0.3, but I'd like to recategorize what positive means in this data context. Let's fine-tune this positive range to only include the most enthusiastic reviews that generated a score of 0.7 or higher. That looks much more positive. Using our final Einstein step, let's output this to an activities published data source and pull the sentiment data into a dashboard for deeper analysis. And taking a look at our most positive activity reviews, Fiji and New Zealand are in the lead. But we will need more data to make a decision. Hotel costs, flight costs, it all adds up. Let's start by bringing in some cost data to Tableau. This published data source from our travel group contains costs for those top destinations. It also includes the exchange rate to help make sure we're within budget. Now, published data sources are amazing, but we've heard that you want to extend them even further. Well, data fam, I am thrilled to announce coming soon, composable data sources. Yeah, you can now combine published data sources. I know you've been waiting a long time for that one. Let's bring in that activity sentiment data and combine it with our cost data. This will bring in costs for each of those top activities. But rest easy. The original data sources remain unchanged, but I can enrich and explore them, like adding in my own data, like a text file for popular destinations near those activities. And guess what? When the certified source data updates with new tables and calculations, updated field descriptions, you name it, every single data source downstream inherits those updates. That's right. Make a change once, and it applies everywhere. How amazing is that? Now that I have one central data source, I can publish it to be viewed by everyone in our travel group. I want to create a description, and I could scroll through all the data to come up with my own, but I don't have time for that. I've got a trip to plan. So instead, I'm going to rely on the new Einstein Copilot for Tableau Catalog. The all-new Draft with Einstein button generates a detailed summary using your metadata and field names. I just combined a lot of trip data into one place. And with this summary, understanding's a breeze. This description is great. Thanks, Einstein. Now that we've combined all of our activity sentiment data and cost information, we need to make the most cost-effective decision. So let's add in all the relevant costs. First for the activities, and next for hotel costs. Oh, it's still close between Fiji and New Zealand. Coming to the final approach, let's add in those flight costs. And taking a look at all these factors, we have our winner! We're going to New Zealand! Do we have any Kiwis in the house? Well, I'm off to book my ticket. Thank you, TC. Fasten your seatbelts. Now to take you on her data journey, here's Celine.
Hello, TC. Who's excited to be here? You know what? I just can't hear you. Who is excited to be here? My name is Celine Murugi, and I'm the product manager for Tableau Public. Outside of building this great product, I love painting. Some of my favorite weekends are those spent in the studio, brush in hand, and eager to see my work blossom. I'm sure any hobbyist can relate. I probably spend way too much money on painting supplies, but I had no way of knowing if that's true or not. And from my time working on Tableau Public, I know that the data farm tracks anything and everything. So let's talk numbers. Spreadsheets used to be essential to my bookkeeping, but this process was manual, and it was impossible for me to quickly understand where my money was going. Just like that, Tableau revealed that I was spending too much on art supplies. But I wanted to go beyond a bar chart. I needed an easy, insightful way for me to understand my finances. Now introducing, across all Tableau platforms, Tableau native and community-powered, Viz extensions. Access custom Viz types right from your Max card, supercharged by the incredible innovation from our dedicated community members, partners, and developers. Employ all the drag and drop that you love about Tableau for the perfect canvas to create new stunning visualizations. Sankeys, sunbursts, chords, bee swarms, and more. Formatting is a breeze. Less time wrestling with complex geometry calcs, more time exploring. Thanks to Tristan and Jessica from La Data Viz, I now know I spend too much on art supplies. So, tomorrow is May 1st. And do you know what that means? My art spend resets to 0. And while I'm here in San Diego, I want to visit nearby art shops and murals for inspiration. I'll travel sustainably, so I overlay bus routes over my map. Well, that's a lot of bus routes, but which of these bus routes lead me to the most art shops and murals? Complex spatial joints take forever and generate a gigantic table of data. They also take me away from my visual analysis. But what if it was easy? What if I could dynamically update the radius around each line? We got you, Data Farm. For coming soon is Tableau spatial parameters. Just like that, we have the new spatial parameters on Tableau. Set lightweight functions that just work, even across different data sources. What data sources, you may ask? Transportation, supply chain, direct mail campaigns, and for me, art supply stores. Tableau makes it easy and looks good doing it. I'll now use this spatial parameter and the new intersect calculation to choose a bus route. I'll compare this one, and I'll also compare this one. This north one seems to have a lot of places to visit, so north it is. We all interpret and enjoy art differently. So the way we consume data may be different too, right? That's why we're introducing Keyboard Viz navigation. Navigate marks, headers, and axes using the arrow keys on your keyboard. Watch how easy it is for me to navigate this map. I can then delve into specific areas of interest throughout this dashboard. This is inclusivity and accessibility. Everybody, everybody, including those using assistive technologies, will now have an in-depth, consistent experience. I now have a budget and a list of art shops to visit, so my job here is complete. Thank you. But wait. Before I go, I do want to show you where I source my inspiration from as an artist. You know, African artists that have shaped my journey and how Tableau takes data and transforms it into art. Let's now talk about readability, about simplicity, about clarity and cross-device compatibility. We got you, Data Farm. Get ready for 12 brand new Google fonts. You've asked for web-safe fonts that work well on the web, on the cloud, and look great everywhere. We're bringing you Open Sans, Lato, Noto Sans, and more. All available in bold, italic, and regular. We got you, Data Farm. Like the creative that I am, I want my dashboard to look a certain way and feel a certain way. So I have decided to add some visuals to it. See what I did there? TC, are you ready for this one? Are you ready for this one, TC? Now introducing custom star themes. A few clicks and poof, the theme is applied to my entire dashboard. Oh my, what a beautiful blend of different shades of brown this is. And how easy was that? This goes beyond my personal brand. Tableau empowers you to apply your company's colors to match your unique brand guidelines. No more menu diving. No more inconsistent dashboards across teams. Benefit from the design chops of others. All that time that you previously spent formatting can now be channeled into your analysis. Thanks to Tableau, I now know what art source to visit. I have a beautifully customized dashboard. I have control over my finances, and my shopping list is ready at hand. Data Farm, there is a lot to look forward to. We see you, we hear you, and we love building for you. Over to you, Carolina.
Thank you, Celine. Hello, everyone. I'm Carolina, a design manager on the Tableau Pulse team. I have 3 kids, and we also love to travel as a family. Our next destination is Salvador, Bahia. But right now, I'm excited to be at TC in San Diego with my team and all of you. Let's harness the power of Tableau to stay on budget and still have a once-in-a-lifetime experience. I need access to my travel and expense dashboard, which requires me to be a member of the Travel Finance Group. I'm a creator, so I need data to do my job. And I rely on Patrick, my Tableau Cloud admin, to give me access to the group. Now, Patrick's amazing, but often faces what feel like contradictory goals. Look at all this content. We ask him to secure everything, enable self-service, free the data, lock it down. Everyone needs more insights, but not everyone. It seems so hard to meet all those requirements and make everyone happy. Let's see if we can make all of this happen in Tableau Cloud. Whoa, look at all these groups Patrick has to manage. Let's see, where's the one I need to be in? Oh, there it is, travel finance. It would be so much easier if Patrick didn't have to manage all of these groups within Tableau. Come to think of it, I'm already a member of the travel finance group with our identity provider. But wait, what if it just worked? What if Tableau could automatically use group metadata from my IDP? That would save him so much time. Admins, this one is for you. Attribute-based membership. Attribute-based membership makes Tableau more secure because we're always up to date with your source of truth for group membership. I'm a creator, so I'm going to log in. Check this out. I got access to my dashboard automatically at sign-in thanks to attribute-based membership. It just worked. How else can we personalize the experience based on user attributes? I'm actually Brazilian, so I think in Portuguese and often have to translate information in my head. It would be so much easier if my data were already in Portuguese. Olha que legal! Thanks to user attribute functions, Tableau reacts to external factors and knows my preferences, so everything is now translated. It just works. But what if I don't know where to look for my data? Studies show that 70 to 80% of business users are underserved by analytics because you're busy on the go traveling and the data you need isn't available when and where you need it to be. And here in Tableau Cloud, we have so many insightful, purpose-built dashboards. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to embed that travel and expense dashboard on our internal site to make it easier for everyone. And we're going to take it to the next level with the power of AI and Tableau Pulse. I'm so excited about Pulse because it gives you the metrics you need in your flow of work. Plus, I work on it. My team works on this, and I can't wait to tell you more about it. Check this out. I'm going to add a metric to my dashboard. I'm going to add the expense total metric first, and I can customize the layout. Rounded corners and bands. I can add the full metric card or only the bands. The A stands for analytical, right? All right, adding it to the dashboard. And the next one, since I have limited screen real estate, we'll keep to just the essentials, ban only. The dashboard is ready, and it's now embedded on the global travel site. And now everyone at Tableau has easy access to the metrics they care about, from average carbon footprint to expense total. Look at that insight. Our spike this week was primarily driven by one event, Tableau Conference. That's the power of Pulse. And now you can get Pulse bands anywhere you want. And that means anywhere. As you heard earlier, our CMO announced our expanded partnership with Microsoft. And we know many of you work in teams. How would you like to be able to add your Pulse metrics in your conversations? I'm doing it right here, right now. It's live, people. I'm going to share this with Patrick. Our expense total metric is loading, and bam, data has entered the chat. These are actionable insights. This is Tableau for everyone, everywhere. Now, what if there were a way to use your Tableau data models in even more places? If you build it once in Tableau, it should just work for your analysts, data scientists, developers, for everyone. Introducing our newest data API, VisQL Data Service. Free your data to be used securely in any application. Data scientists, you love to work with data in code. Using VizQL Data Service, I can run a Python script to run a confidence ellipse around my travel and expense data, straight from Tableau. Whoops, scrolling. And this uses that same data from that Tableau dashboard. Build it once and it just works, again. This opens up a whole new world of possibilities for developers too. Let's say I'm writing an Apple Watch application that makes use of my Tableau data model. With VizQL Data Service, my app can use that same certified T&E data source from earlier, and I get notified when my team submits an expense. That's real-time, actionable data where you need it. You know what? Let's approve this expense right here, right now. We want you to unlock your data, act on it, and make better decisions in your flow of work. Thank you. And here's Tony with the devs on stage first, but I can't give away the surprise.
Hello, everyone. Welcome. My name is Tony Kale, and I'm a PM for the Developer Platform team. Now, I'm about to show you something that has never been shown before at Devs on Stage. I'm going to be showing you solutions built by our community. Ben Bautista, Tristan Gillivan, and Jessica Bautista, Merlion Bout, and Dr. Klaus Schultz.
Whoa, wait a minute. Sorry, stop the presses. Tony, are you saying you're going to show Tableau features that weren't built by Tableau devs in Devs on Stage?
That's right, Matthew. We're going to be showing capabilities built on top of Tableau by the community for the community.
Does anybody want to see that? Hold on, do we have any data devs in the house? All right, take it away, Tony.
Thank you, Matthew. Now, I volunteer for the STEM program at my kids' school, and I want to build a beautiful dashboard for my students, the next generation of the data fam. I would love to gain insight on how I can involve them with the Tableau community, but I don't know where to start. Well, Ben Balsillie and our friends at IntraWorks have built something special. Introducing the new way to jumpstart with data, Curator AI Search. Let's go ahead and type Tableau Community into the search bar. Curator AI Search is the place to search for all of your analytics content across all of your Tableau Cloud and server deployments. Let's take a look. You also include other content types like blog posts. There are files, and alongside with your dashboard and pulse metrics. All of your related information together in a single portal. Now let's go take a look at the blog post here. And who here has heard of Tableau user groups? Curator AI Search also helps answer my questions with AI-generated summary. Tableau user groups, aka tugs, are inclusive meetup events for people to connect, learn, and discuss all things data. Now that sounds like a great place for my students to join the community. And there's even a dashboard that helps me. Tug user groups around the world. Now from here, I can web edit, and I can even download a copy for me to get started. Curator AI Search has served up everything I need. And here is my dashboard. It's a good start, but I want to make it look compelling. Now, I know people who use design tools like Figma to collaborate and build beautiful designs. I want that. I want to use those designs. How can I bring those designs and bring it to life in Tableau in no time at all? Well, using the solutions built by Tristan Gillivan, a Tableau visionary, and Jessica Bautista at La Data Viz, we can use Figma to Tableau plugin. with their brand new dashboards feature, I can generate a dashboard immediately with any container styles. From here, I actually could collaborate with Tristan. He helped me choose colors. We talked about fonts, and he even showed me how to use rounded containers. And here's where the magic happens. The Figma plugin also allows me to map any existing worksheet to my design, and then I can export my redesigned dashboard to a new Tableau workbook. That was so easy. Wow, I just went from ordinary to this, wait for it, shinary, me. And we published this to the cloud, but I do see a problem. California has no data at all. What's going on? Well, to help us investigate this issue, let's bring up super tables built by Merlin Bout and team at InfoTopics. So immediately, I do see that there are some highlighted rows that tell me that something is wrong. But I can fix it right here. And we're going to go ahead and type this in, because there is a spelling mistakes. So we're going to enter California. And this is live changes, everybody. Right back for Super Tables feature, brand new. We can apply our changes right here. I can input table changes directly on this dashboard. And the best part is, this will not overwrite your underlying data at all. Let's go ahead and hit reload and see what happens. This is live. And check out the new changes happening on the dashboard. Now, I'm not done yet. There is also this new feature I added here. Now, this might look to you like just a regular KPI, but it is not. This is actually a new Viz extension built by our Tableau visionaries, Merlin Bout and Dr. Klaus Schultz. Yes, they created this together called Power KPIs. From within a single worksheet, I can actually drill down and see additional KPIs that make up this score. I'm so excited for this. Look at that. Yes. And from content activity, I can drill down further, and I even see an embedded pulse metric for my blog post impressions. Looking at the numbers, it's getting lots of views. I can't wait to share this with my students. Now, all of this discovery, creation, analysis was made possible by our community. When we enable our data devs, they help us all unlock more capabilities with Tableau than ever before. If you want to meet and learn more about the data devs and even speak to them in person, please head over to Data Village. Back to you, Matthew.
Wow. That was fantastic. Great job, Tony. Great job, Devs. Can we give him another round of applause? There is something here today for every single one of you, because seeing and understanding data is for everyone. We have so much more to share with you, and we can't wait to get these capabilities into your hands. That's it for Devs on... Wait, oh, right. There was one more thing. Did you notice how fast these demos were? How snappy and performant? Every demo you saw today was running on a Mac running on Apple Silicon. That's right. Coming this summer, it's Tableau on Apple Silicon. If you are using Tableau today on an Apple Silicon Mac, Tableau is up to 50% faster. Isn't that amazing? We have so much more coming than we even have time to share with you today. So please, come hang out with us in the Data Village. Stop by the Devs on Stage booth. We would love to spend time and hear from you. Tableau community, we are so grateful for you. We love your ideas, your suggestions, your feedback. Much of what you saw today came directly from inspiration and conversations with you. The future is bright, and we're building it together. And I think my friend Celine said it best.
We got you, Data Farm.
That's it for Devs on Stage. Back to you, Ryan.
Okay, all right. So we want to wrap up, and I want to thank you all for being here. Of course, we went through a lot today, and there is actually just maybe one more thing, a real one more thing. So who likes San Diego? All right. Well, I'm excited to announce that next year we're going to be here again. All right? So Tableau Conference 2025. It's weird to say 2025. Tableau Conference 2025 will be here next year. We will get you some dates soon, likely this summer. And so thank you again for being here. I want to do my very last slide, and then I know you all want to head out to the sessions. Iron Viz, 4 o'clock. True to the core tomorrow, true to the Tableau core. Come give us all your feedback. You can ask Southard all the hard questions. I'll be there too. Our data night out tonight, and then please take the survey and give us some feedback. We really do value it. Thank you so much, and have a great rest of Tableau Conference.
Thanks for joining us. We'd love your feedback on today's keynote. Use this QR code to complete a short survey.